This is going to be a review of the new Vanquest Envoy Tactical Messenger Bag. So as you can see, this is a very large messenger bag. I would say this is geared more towards the military, law enforcement, prepper, survivalist, outdoorsman, or anyone who likes to carry a laptop along with a bunch of extra gear. The MSRP on the Envoy messenger bag is $139.99, but as usual, you may be able to find it for a little bit cheaper by secondary retailers out there on the internet. Now, being that this is a tactical messenger bag, it's actually designed for the user to carry a firearm. As you can see right there, there is a pocket in the back that allows you to mount your firearm in here, so you can off-body carry a handgun in here if you want to. The Envoy Tactical Messenger Bag is probably going to be in the same ballpark as the 511 Rush or the Maxpedition Mongo or Larkspur or the Hazard 4 Messenger of Doom or the really expensive Zulu Emissary Bag. The fabric is made out of 1000D Cordura fabric with water repellent Teflon, so it's very durable, very rugged. One of the really nice features I like about this messenger bag, after having it for a few weeks, I've used this feature every single day, is this quick access zipper across the top. And that allows you to get access to the main compartment and the admin pouches in the front without unbuckling the large buckles down here on the bottom. That's really handy, and I like that a lot. And if you look closer, you can see that these zippers are lockable. You push them together, and then you can loop a small lock through those eyelets and lock this zipper so no one can get access to your gear. At least not to the top anyway. All the zippers are very high quality YKK zippers. The Vanquest bags have these zipper teeth on the inside, whereas on a Maxpedition the zipper teeth are on the outside. And they claim that that makes the bag a little bit more cleaner in its presentation and a little bit more durable. So that's kind of nice. It's a nice little feature that they added in there. Vanquest says on their website that it has over 20 compartments and pouches and pockets, and I believe them. It's got tons of places to put gear. You've got these two main pouches in the front, which I use all the time. As you can see here, being a YouTuber, I always have a camera or a way to take video. This is my backup little camera here. It fits nicely in that pocket. And these loops, as you can see here, are different than, say, on a Maxpedition bag and other bags. On the Maxpedition bag, you can see that the loops are pretty standard. They're just looped through here with a knot, and you just grab them, and you can stick your finger through them. But the nice thing about the Vanquest bag is that the way they tie these knots, it's like I guess that's called a fisherman's knot, and it keeps the loop wide open at all times. So you always have easy access to that zipper. I like that. That's a nice little touch. It's got MOLLE or PALS webbing, so you can attach any kind of accessory pouches or gear through this webbing all across the front panel here. There's a few across the top panel, and then there's also MOLLE and PALS webbing on each side of the water bottle pouches. There's none on the back side for obvious reasons, because that's where you're going to have contact with your body. It has water bottle pouches on both sides of the bag, which is nice. And a cool feature about the Vanquest messenger bag is that you can carry a standard water bottle in here, no problem. But if you have a larger bottle, like say this 1 liter bottle, it's very wide, all you have to do is pull these buckles out and expand this pouch, and you can fit that in there no problem. Matter of fact, you can go even a little bit bigger because there's still some room in there. But that's really nice. I like that feature a lot. And that also comes in handy when you're carrying other gear in here that's not a water bottle, that's kind of big, like say some power cords, camera lenses, or whatever. I like that. That's nice. And it also has a bungee strap to tighten it down, to secure it so it doesn't bounce out. And that's on both sides of the bag. And on this side you can see I'm carrying my GoPro camera in here, my black edition. This fits right in there. And I have my high-speed low drag lens protector, a little sock. And of course the water bottle pouches have drain holes at the bottom. One of the really nice features I like about the Vanquest gear is that they come with this very high-vis ripstop material on the inside. It lines both sides. And I like that because if you have anything in there that's dark, it contrasts nicely against that really bright high-vis orange. So you can locate it real easy. For example, I have a black backpack here with a black lining. And as you can see, you can't really tell what's in there right away. And if I need to grab that knife, you have to dig around in there, make sure you got the knife. Okay, there's the knife. But I also have a Glock 17 in there, and you didn't even see that. So that's the nice thing about having a high-vis background. The shoulder strap on the Envoy messenger bag is 2 inches wide. And that's really nice when you're carrying this bag for extended a period of time throughout the day. You don't want that weight digging into your shoulder. So the wider it is, the more it spreads out that load. And they also include this removable 3-inch padded shoulder strap, which is really nice. I like that. It adds even more comfort. And I can tell you, carrying this bag for the last 2 weeks, it's been a joy to carry because it's extremely comfortable with this padding on there. You're probably wondering what this is here. I really like this. This is a cool feature that comes with the Vanquest bags. It's a shoulder strap stabilizer. And what this allows you to do is to take the waist strap that most messenger bags have. You take the waist strap, as you can see here, has a waist strap. Take that off and you can mount it on your chest, as you can see right there. And the nice thing about that is it keeps the strap supported onto your shoulder so it doesn't fall off. There's no way that this strap can just bounce right off your shoulder when you're doing some aggressive movements. You know, if you're riding a bike, climbing a hillside or whatever, hiking, that's pretty nice. I really like that. I haven't seen that on any other messenger bag so far. Most modern tactical messenger bags have waist straps to help support some of that weight and let it sit on your waist instead of your shoulder. What you do is you just put the strap around your waist, buckle it in, and it kind of puts some of that weight onto your hips. Now you're still going to have to use your hand up here to keep the strap from falling off your shoulder, but it does support on your hips like that. Or say if you're riding a bicycle, or if you had to climb, you can move it towards the back area like that. And a lot of that weight is supported on your hips. But what sets this strap apart from other bags that I've seen is that the excess tail section has this hook and loop material that wraps around the main part of the strap. So it never flops around. So if you're riding a bike or if you're climbing or whatever, you don't have a tail flopping around. It kind of reminds me of my VTAX thing I have on my AR-15. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Now on the inside portion of the bag, this is the section that actually rides along the side of your body. You have a few features here that's pretty nice. You have these 2 miscellaneous pouches that come in handy for all kinds of things. I have my Streamlight ProTac HL, which is a 600 lumen tactical light, and it fits nicely right inside there, nice and snug. It's not going to fall out. It's pretty snug. And when I'm carrying this bag at night, I can keep the light right there, and I can access my light without having to unzip any pockets. It's just ready to go right there. In the daytime, I would obviously put this in a zippered pocket so it's out of the way, no one sees it, so nobody will want to take it. And it's more secure. It's not going to just fall out. And then over here on the other side, I just have my Cold Steel Recon 1 that I've had for years. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years now. Had that. Sits nicely right over there on the other side. Again, I'd probably have that in a zippered pouch during the day just so no one steals it. I've actually carried the Recon 1 in this little hidden pouch. It sits right here and you can't see it at all, but it's easily accessed right there. So a lot of different options you can do. And by the way, this big flap here, this big flap is actually designed so you can carry the messenger bag on your luggage. Just like that. Now over here on the top is where your CCW access pouch is. And you have that large parachute cord lanyard loop that you can reach easily and quickly. And again, you can see that high-vis orange nylon ripstop material that's in there, so you can see the gun easily. Got my Glock 26 sitting in there right now. And ideally, you're going to want to buy the firearm holster that has the hook and loop Velcro type material that locks into the hook and loop material inside the bag. So when you reach for your gun and you draw from the bag, the holster stays in the bag and only the gun comes out. That's the proper way to carry a gun off body. Now, I have my Kydex holster in there now just for instructional purposes. I'm not a big fan of off-body carry, but it's nice to have this option if you wanted to. So it's pretty nice. And the space in there is really big. As you can see, you can carry a full-size handgun in there with probably, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 mags if you wanted to. There's a lot of space in here. It's basically 15 inches from one end to the other. So a lot of room in there. Now here's a section of the bag that a lot of reviewers often overlook and forget to talk about. But this bag has a padded bottom, which you can't see, but trust me, it's there. The bottom has like a padding in there, so when you set your bag down, it provides a little bit of a protection of whatever's inside your bag. It also has these adjustment straps for the main buckles on your top flap. So on a day that you don't have a lot of gear, you can cinch this down and keep it nice and slim. Or on a day where you have a lot of extra gear, maybe you want to even roll up your jacket and throw it in here and really expand that top flap. You can loosen up these two straps here and really expand the capability of your bag. That's a pretty nice feature. The hardware on the Vanquest bags are really nice. They feel like they're very high quality. Matter of fact, when you squeeze the locking tabs, they feel stronger than, say, the hardware on my Maxpedition Jumbo VersaPack. Now these get the job done, but they do feel like they're just plain Jane. These are made by ITW UTX-duraflex, and they're just high quality. They look and feel high quality. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look inside the bag. Unbuckle these two large buckles in the front. And the nice thing about these is that they have hook and loop Velcro right here in the front. So the weight of the bag itself is held closed by these buckles and also Velcro. So it's very secure, very tight, and a lot of that load is spread out between two different systems. So that's nice. I like that. It's a nice little touch. They didn't have to do that, but they did. So here's a better look at the admin pouches here in the front. And here on the left you can see it has a large admin pouch that has these pleats in it that allows it to expand. So if you want to put something larger in there. I've got my hygiene gear in here. I don't go anywhere without a toothbrush and some floss. You get something stuck in your tooth somewhere and it'll just ruin your whole day if you can't get it out. So that's where I've been keeping some of that hygiene gear in there. And then over here you can put all kinds of pins, pretty straightforward. It's got a pocket here for miscellaneous gear. A zippered pocket here again. I have my medical gear in here since I do have a background in emergency medicine. I was an EMT and a firefighter before. Tourniquet, airway, gloves, abdominal pad, quick clot. So that's my little spot that I keep all my medical gear. And then right here, right across the entire top portion, is another pouch, and this is really good for, say, paperwork and books and whatnot. I'd say 1 or 2 books or a whole bunch of different type of paperwork. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so here's a better look at the main compartment area. And then here again you can see that high-vis orange ripstop material. They didn't have to do that. It's a nice feature. I like that they did that. Again, it makes it easier to identify dark pieces that are in here. This is a 17-inch laptop. Fits right there in the main compartment. This main compartment looks like it's about 17 inches. I'm sure I can stretch it out to 18. So this laptop that measures exactly 15 inches from one end to the other fits in here perfect. And there's still some room to go for even a bigger one if you wanted to. Let's go ahead and take this laptop out. And here in the back is another compartment. That compartment is about 15 inches, looks like. It has a Velcro closure to secure it in there, and you can keep anything in there that's less than 15 inches. This is a 12-inch laptop, It's like a mini laptop. Here is my iPad. The iPad with a Retina display. Fits in there perfect, as you can see. So pretty handy. Over here you have two miscellaneous cargo pouches, big enough to hold my urban survival kit. This is just a plastic watertight container I bought at Walmart for like $3, and I never go anywhere without this urban survival kit. I can make a whole video on this one, but that'll be another time. And that fits right there in that pouch, perfect. And then over here on the other side I have my Leatherman Wave. I love this thing. I made a whole video on this one. Like this one better than the Leatherman Charge. Probably the best multi-tool out there in my opinion. And then you can see in the back it has a really large panel here. It's a hook and loop panel across the back and then also on the bottom. And what that is that's a way to secure the tote bag that you can actually buy for this. You can buy this black tote bag that sits inside here, and you can use that tote bag as a camera bag or as a range bag for handguns and magazines. That has these walls that you can adjust to how you want it, and you can buy that separately. It doesn't come with this bag, so it's a nice option. Alright, so let's load this thing up, the iPad and the mini laptop. Just throw this right in the back here, cinch that down. Full size 17-inch laptop fits in there. Close that main flap, lock that down, and there you go. And another thing to note before I go, it's got this extra material here that helps keep the dust out, which is a nice feature. It kind of overlaps on those corners. Without that, those corners would be exposed. So it's just a little bit extra dust protection there. And again, here's those double handles. And at first, when you see a bag like this, you're probably wondering, well, why does it have two handles? It's a little awkward at first. You're like, that's not normal. But after 2 weeks of carrying this bag, I tell you what, when it's fully loaded, you kind of understand why it has two handles. And what that does is it spreads the load out over this zipper, so you don't have to worry about ripping this zipper open or damaging the zipper. It actually gives you lifting support on both sides. So all the weight that's attached here and all the weight that's attached here is carried evenly on the bag. So it's very strong, very durable. And these handles are actually kind of like a neoprene, almost like a scuba diver's wetsuit kind of material. Very comfortable, and I like that a lot. I'm actually really glad they have double handles. So there you have it. That's my review of the Vanquest Envoy Tactical Messenger Bag. In my opinion, after carrying this thing for 2 weeks, I can tell you for a fact that this thing is awesome. I'm actually supposed to return this after my review, but I'm going to give James a call over at Vanquest and let him know that I'm going to keep this. I'm going to buy it from him, and it's not going back to him. I love it that much. It is an awesome bag. Now, is it the cheapest bag out there? No. You can get cheaper messenger bags for sure. Is it the most expensive? Absolutely not. There are definitely higher end tactical messenger bags out there for sure. $300–400 bags even. So in my opinion, for the guy that's on a budget but still wants a very high quality bag, high value bag, I think this is probably going to be the best $130–140 that you could spend on a bag that's going to last you for a long time. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe.